Hello, it's Jeannie. How are you? I hope you're well. And today I am inviting you into my kitchen and we are going to work on something together. I've been wanting to make my own laundry soap for a while now. And just something simple, natural, homemade, and economical. And so I thought I would share that with you. I've got all the ingredients here. It isn't a lot, but we've got the pure castile bar soap. We've got some baking soda, some borax, and some wash soda. And I'll show you how we put this all together to make a laundry soap that is going to be way more eco-friendly in that we know what's in it. There are no chemicals, and the landfill, which is full of those big plastic containers that don't break down, it eliminates that. But before we begin, I also wanted to share something we've been using in our home daily, something that's made a meaningful difference in the way we drink and use water. I want to thank today's sponsor, covepure, for supporting this video and for bringing something truly special into our routine. Covepure is a countertop reverse osmosis water system, and it's unlike anything I've ever used before. It removes up to 99% of contaminants from your water. Things like microplastics and lead, arsenic, chlorine, PFASs, and even pharmaceutical residues. And it does it all without installation. No plumbing, no tools, just a quiet, elegant device that sits right on your countertop and gives you clean, beautiful, delicious water at the touch of a button. The technology is remarkable. covepure uses a 4-stage filtration process, including reverse osmosis, powered by their clear wave technology, filtering particles down to 0.0001 microns. That's 1/10,000th of a micron. To put that in perspective, a speck of dust is 25 microns. covepure filters out things 250,000 times smaller than that. And to really see the difference, I did a little test. I filled one glass with water from the sink water that we had been drinking, and the other from the covepure system. I added a few drops into the sink water and into the covepure. Immediately, the sink water turned yellow, showing that we are positive for chlorine. And that's when it really hit me how many invisible things we drink every day without even realizing it. It also remineralizes your water with calcium and magnesium, giving it that smooth, balanced taste that we've completely fallen in love with. If you'd like to try it, covepure is offering $200 off to this community. Just go to covepure.com/Jeannie B, and you don't need a code. The discount is already applied in the link. It's so rare to find something that feels both high-tech and beautifully simple. But covepure has managed to do just that. So if you're ready to stop buying bottled water and drinking out of plastic water bottles, or you just want something that's safer and more nourishing than what comes from sink water, I really, really recommend giving covepure a look. Okay, so now let's get to making our laundry soap. And I'm really excited to be doing something natural and eco-friendly. So I am doing a post-edit insert here. I'm actually recording this a few days after the original recording, and I wanted to make you aware of something, as if you wouldn't be just by watching the video. We have a lot of focus and lighting issues. We have a brand new camera that my husband bought that he wants to start using more for some of our outdoor, when we're traveling scenes. The other camera I have is not a good walking and video camera for stability, and so he got another one, and he's learning how to use it. I think there are as many buttons on this camera as there are in the cockpit of a 787. And I have full faith and confidence in him. He can fly a 787, he can work this camera. So we're learning, he's learning. So that's why I'm doing this edit, plus a couple of things came to mind while I was editing that I wanted to change. And why not? I can do that. It's my channel. So let me tell you what's in here again and tell you what each of those products are. So we have baking soda, just bicarbonate, okay? You can take, my dad used to give this to us when we were kids if we had upset stomachs, and we liked it because we'd have little burp fests. So, because it makes you burp. So there's the baking soda. And then 20 Mule Team Borax. What the heck is that? What's a mule have to do with borax? And I read this on the side. Listen. All natural since 1891. In 1881, borax was discovered in Death Valley, California. A team of 20 mules formed a 100-foot-long team and took 10 days to transport 10 tons of borax from the remote mines in Death Valley to the railroad so that it could be boxed and used in homes all across America. More than 100 years later, borax is still focused on delivering natural clean for homes everywhere. It's made up of one ingredient with 3 naturally occurring elements: boron, sodium, and oxygen. This natural multi-purpose cleaner has many uses, including freshening carpets, wiping down surfaces, cleaning smelly shoes, and boosting laundry, and so much more. So now you know, because I didn't, what 20 Mule Team Borax was. And then we have pure castile soap. And this one, you can get it unscented, but I got this in lavender. It's Dr. Bronner's all-in-one hemp lavender pure castile soap. And listen to this. Dr. Bronner's was founded in 1948 by Emanuel Bronner, a third-generation master soap maker from a German Jewish soap-making family. He used the labels on his superb ecological soaps to spread his message that we must realize our transcendent unity across religious and ethnic divides or perish. We are all one or none. And so his commitment to making socially and environmentally responsible products of the highest quality while dedicating our profits to help make a better world. Farm to shelf to shower, we're building trust, community, and wealth. Fair prices for suppliers and healthy ingredients for you. That's what it says on the back of this soap. So I got the lavender scented. And then last but not least, and I just had to have my husband open this because I'm afraid I'd break a nail on these. And this is washing soda. And what is washing soda? Basically, just, where is it? light soda ash. That's it. One ingredient. And it tackles tough stains, boosts detergent performance, lifts soil and dirt, and softens water. So we're going to put these four things together. But I'm also going to add, just for a little boost, some essential oil that is lavender. And I just had this. I love the smell of lavender. It just reminds me of kind of like a cottage. I don't know why. And my next round that I do this, I've got some others. This is Citrus Bliss. And here's another called Lemongrass. And I thought those might be, fun to try. So anyway, now as a softener, a fabric softener that I use in the washing machine, I use white vinegar. And that just really removes odors and smells, and it leaves things naturally soft. I don't know if these will come through that or not, but at least while I'm putting the soap in, I'll smell it. But we'll have to see if it comes through the entire wash. So now, let's get started. I've got the little ingredients list, and I'll post them in the description as well. And let's see, where are my glasses? So, it says, here's what we'll need. 2 bars of the castile soap, 3 cups of the baking soda, 3 cups of the washing soda, and 3 cups of borax. So, if you don't want to make as much, you can definitely cut this down to 1, 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5, and then a few drops. So let's go ahead and get started on that. The first thing we're going to do is use a box grater to grate up the soap. Oh, this smells so good. Okay, let's see. They say you can do it in your food processor, but I don't really want to use soap in my food processor. Oh, it's not too bad. But to speed this up, I'm going to not only do this here and come back to it, I'm going to enroll my husband to help me with another grater. Okay, so I found another grater, so I'm going to have Zane come over here and help me grate this soap up. There you go. Oh, I'll do this one. You're so tall. You gotta be careful you don't get your knuckles. Although blood is natural. Oh, it smells so good in here. Are you gonna beat me? Oh, my arm. Maybe the food processor would have been faster. Do you remember Kevin Costner in that movie, Dances with Wolves, when he was grinding coffee? Okay. That's good. I don't want you to hurt your fingers. We can put that in the shower. Okay, so we've got the 2 piles of ground up castile soap and lavender. Oh my gosh. You know, these are products that sometimes you see in the grocery store and you don't really think about them. You walk by them and you go to the name brand, you know, soaps and whatnot. And if you look at the chemicals and compare, I like this a whole lot more. Okay, so this is what 2 bars of castile soap looks like. Okay, so now we're going to do, what did I say, 3 cups each of these. So we'll start with the baking soda. Ah, here we go. Okay. Make sure it's all broken up. Okay. And none of this is like super exact, you know. So there's 1, 2, 3, and I might need a bigger bowl, I don't know, to mix it. My assistant will get out a bigger bowl. So let's just kind of dump the baking soda and the castile soap right in there. And now let's add 3 cups. Maybe I should use my glasses when I'm trying to stab something. You all know how bad my eyes can be. Okay, whoops. All right. All right. 3 cups right into here. 1, 2, 'There's some rocks in there. And 3. And then 3 cups of the washing soda or ash. One, 2, 3. One of those was a little shy, so I'm going to add a little extra. Okay, I have a ton left, so this goes a long, long way. And I'm making a ton. This is going to last a long time. So now, I'm going to use a metal spoon and stir it. Just going to mix it all up. This smells so fantastic. I can't even begin to tell you. I probably don't even need to add this lavender, but I'm gonna because it's here. Just a couple, 4 or 5 drops. And the next time I do this, the only thing I need to replenish is the castile soap and maybe a little more baking soda. I was at a store, it was called Winco, and they have baking soda that you can buy in bulk out of the bin. I can taste this because the powder, I don't know if you can see it, is coming up and going into my mouth and my nose. It's okay. I haven't had my mouth washed out with soap in a long time. I probably could use it. Okay, so there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into a couple of containers. The one that I'll keep by my washing machine will just be this smaller container. And, I can just scoop in and out of here. Now, how much do you use per load? If you have a small to regular size, you can use a 1/4 cup, about like that. And if you have a large, extra dirty, or you need extra, you can use a 1/2 cup. So, oh, this smells fantastic. I will go ahead and put the links of these and how much they cost, so you can kind of price them out. But I promise you, it's way less than what you're buying in those big plastic or even in the cardboard ones. And it's all natural, which I love. So there we go. And today is a Tuesday, no, it's a Wednesday that we're filming. I do have a bunch of laundry that I do need to start, and so I will be starting it. This soda, washing soda, that I ordered is a great cost, a price per ounce. But one of the reasons I'm doing this is to cut down on big plastic use, right, in our landfill. This is big and plastic. So I thought, okay, for the first time, that's fine. And my husband can use this bucket in the garage. He mixes up fertilizer stuff for our plants out back, and this will be fine to use, and it'll be in our garage probably forever. But I don't want to order a second and a third and a fourth one. So in my video description, when I tell you about what we're ordering, I'm adding a second washing soda product that comes in a plastic bag so that it's, a little more environmentally friendly. And that's the whole purpose of this. So that's one thing. And the second insert will be what I'm going to store this in. So understand the lighting and the focus. We're starting to figure out. Be patient with us on that. And then let's go ahead and store this into the container, and I'll show you at that point. So I got these containers. I got 2 of them on Amazon. And I thought these will be perfect for putting on top of my washing machine. And they even have a little scoop. So let's see how much. I've got a 1 cup here. Let's compare. That's not quite. It's a little more than half, and maybe a little more than 1/2 cup, this. So what I'm going to do is spoon this into the new container because I want to keep it closed. I love the scent and I don't want to lose it. I don't know if I would. But I want to, keep it protected. With this, the soap fumes wafting up into my mouth and my nose. I told you that it reminded me of having my mouth washed out with soap. It's true. And I was thinking about that when I was a little girl, maybe 5 or 6. My brother and I were playing on the side of the house, doing something, I don't know what, playing fort, building something. And he had a couple of his friends over. And I was being a little bratty, hotshot little sister. And I said the F word. And what did my brother do? He ran in the house and told my mom. So she came out and she gave me a warning. And she said, do not do that again. Do not say that word again, or you're going to get your mouth washed out with soap. So she goes back in the house. And I looked at my traitor, turncoat brother, the narc, and I called him the F word for going in and telling my mom on me, right? So what'd he do? He ran back in and told my mom, she said it again. She called me the F word. I wasn't very bright, I guess. Should have known he would have done that. And so out marches my mom, and she grabs my wrist and drags me back in the house, marches me down the hall and into the bathroom, and she was a woman true to her word. She grabbed that bar of ivory soap, white ivory soap, and, rubbed it in my mouth, and I'm sure I didn't open my mouth very willingly, but she got enough in there, scraped on my teeth, that it made the point. So after that, I had to go stand in the corner in the living room by the front door. And when we had time out in the corner, we had to stand there, Let's see, can you see this? Like this. And we were not supposed to turn around. And, so my brother is walking by, just being a goober, trying to provoke me. And I was, when I knew my mom was around, I'm shooting him deathly looks with my eyes. And she caught me a couple times. And all she had to do was shake the drawer in the kitchen, which held the wooden spoon. And the wooden spoon in our house was like, oh, no. It was rarely used, but boy, did it carry a big threat. Because we got whacked a couple times on our fannies or on our thighs, a whack or two. It's just the way it was. It was the 60s. But I'll tell you something, it worked. It worked. All she had to do was shake the drawer and say my name, say, okay. And so, yeah, I so wanted to say some other things to my brother, but I didn't. Because, that's that hot Irish in me, I tell you, it outweighs, it beats out that cool, calm, collected English in me. So I have this kind of like, good angel, bad devil. And I have for a long, long time. My mom just couldn't understand that. It's like, why can't you just be a good little girl? Don't do those bad things. So, but I did learn. I was trainable. So, anyway, that's what this reminds me of. Getting my mouth washed out with soap. There isn't a kid that I knew growing up with in our neighborhood that didn't have the threat of the wooden spoon, or their mouth getting washed out with soap. Just the way it was. I'm not condoning violence, okay? But I'm just telling you it worked for us. And we learned, we had respect. Okay, so this is going to go on top of my washing machine. Thank you for your patience with this video. They'll get better, I promise. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you've got something simple like this that you make. You know, replacing something expensive and unnecessary, full of chemicals that we don't need in our daily lives. You know, I think change to a more eco-friendly lifestyle doesn't have to be all drastic and all at once. You can do little things at a time, just little changes here and there. Cutting out plastic bottles for drinking water. We have our Yeti type cooler, bottles, and we fill when we go golfing or play pickleball, we fill that up with the cold water from our covepure. So, little steps, baby steps. If we're all taking those steps, we're all moving to a better, healthier, cleaner planet and a cleaner, healthier lifestyle. So that's my little lecture. So I want to thank my husband for all the help setting up, all the help getting everything down here to film. He's just awesome that way. So I might put him on my payroll. Anyway, thank you to covepure as well for sponsoring this video. I want you all to check them out if you've been considering a water filtration and something like reverse osmosis. Check out the link that I'm providing you. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you all for being here. And I'm going to sign off for now and go do some laundry. I bid you peace, I bid you wellness, and I bid you health. Goodbye for now.